maneuver in there?
Pine needles create a legacy. So good for your life, pine needles.
Hello, my happy quilters. Here we are again, another Wednesday afternoon.
It is.
Are you ready to kick off the second half of your week with us here at Pine Needles Quilt and Sew in Rochester, Minnesota? We're ready to go.
I am.
Absolutely. Well, it's almost time for Thanksgiving, isn't it?
It is almost time for Thanksgiving.
Yes. I do have a couple of turkey jokes, but I think first you should tell about what happens if they like, comment, and share, in case we've got some newbies on here.
And our jokes are famous, so that is a great thing to comment on. But
Famous here in these four walls.
every week we draw two winners from our likes, comments, and shares, and we give away two $10 gift certificates. You will find the winner listed in our weekly email that comes out on Saturdays usually. And we have a third certificate for our trivia winner, and the trivia is for later. Now, if you're working, don't worry. You still like, comment, and share, because we don't draw until later on Friday, and then you can be eligible to win that certificate as well. Trivia is live, however. So, Marcia, I am so ready for those turkey jokes.
Are you really?
I am.
So, Joy,
Yes.
what sound does a turkey's phone make?
Oh my goodness. What sound does a turkey's phone make?
Wing, wing, wing.
Oh. That was a drumstick of a joke.
Yeah, it was.
No, I don't know. That was bad.
So, what did the turkey say when he met the president?
What did the turkey say when he met the president?
Pardon me.
Aww.
Because that's coming up is the
That is
turkey
coming
pardon.
up, the pardon. Yep.
So those are your turkey jokes that you can tell over your Thanksgiving table.
Right.
Everybody will go, wah, wah, wah.
Exactly.
But anyways, they really like them.
They do.
Deep down, they like
They do like
the
them.
darn jokes. All right, we got some really fun new fabric.
I have to say, if I had to associate a fabric line with Marcia, it would be Kansas Troubles.
I'm gonna let you take
because
this part.
It is classic. It is always Marcia's absolute favorite fabric line, hands down. We don't miss a single one. But oh wait, I gotta take that apart. But what I love about Kansas Troubles, and I know you too, is that it's collectible. Like, all of the colors match no matter what year the fabrics are from, and yet they manage to be fresh and new every time.
I can't remember when these fabrics first started coming out, but I remember we built our house on the farm in 1988, I think. Mm-hmm. And I made curtains for my living room with a line called Strawberry Jam.
No kidding.
From Kansas Troubles. So that's a long, long time ago. And if I were to pull out that Strawberry Jam fabric, it would still coordinate. The one thing about Kansas Troubles is while they'll add different tones, the greens might be a little different shades, the blues, but everything goes together.
It does.
And for a fabric line to last this long, over the years,
because your curtains are older than dirt. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I moved out of that house, quite some time ago. But, I just can't believe it. And they just keep coming out with more and more and more.
Right.
So let's take a quick look at these, Carly.
And these are called Daisy Lane.
Daisy
the
Lane.
line of Kansas Trouble
This is
time.
the main print. Floral, really lovely. Sometimes she has larger, like border type prints. Sometimes not. I like this size.
Right.
Really, I do, rather than the great big flowers. That's just me, though.
And I just love
Look at
her
that.
backgrounds.
I do, too. And here's another one with just a little flower and a stem. Beautiful,
okay,
beautiful.
This one, the next one up, I've not seen her have that little print for a while.
No, but she has had it before. I gotta get my glasses on here to
Is it
look at
teeny
it.
tiny
No,
little
it's a little
rosebud?
rosebud. No, I don't know that. Well,
That's
there
sweet.
could be.
And then this next one. Oh my gosh, the backgrounds are amazing.
They really are. And they're small enough prints. You can use them for backgrounds. but you can also use it in the quilt. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is kind of a blue flower.
That's
I love
rich.
that. And then she always does some of these kind of tightly packed prints, but they don't really read. You know, I don't know if we would put one of those red things on here, the Ruby Beholder, if this would read as a medium, kind of a green.
It might.
And look at here. This, I think, is a new print for her.
Right.
Here's the little rosebud, only tone on tone.
Oh, and look at that one. This next one is the same as the print. I like it.
The packed print is pretty. She always does these diagonals. I like them in the quilts, but they're especially nice for bindings too,
Right.
because you can cut on the straight and it looks like you cut it on the bias. So here's another one with a little trio of flowers and leaves, a little bouquet.
And these are really rich, warm, golden orange.
Oh, they are.
They're not orange. I was going to say butterscotch.
Golden, kind of a golden, yeah. But
Toast.
here's a little more orangey, but not really orange either.
No.
Not a bright orange. This burnt orange, maybe. This one is. Wow. And then always into the cranberry colors. She very seldom does red. It's always this little bit darker,
They're
kind of a
beautiful.
cranberry maroon. Look at this one.
And I love it when the prints have all those little colors in there.
These have little multicolored stars and very small little golden stars. Here again is our main print that we have here, only with this cranberry background. And here is some
Really deep eggplant.
purples. Yes, eggplant. Look at this.
My goodness,
Here's this
how
one again.
rich.
Yep. And then we're going to move on to blue. Here again is the main print, and we have it in 3 colors now.
On the navy. And look at how rich that indigo is.
I love this print.
I do too.
That's really cute. Keep these going here. Here's again is her diagonal stripe. Here we have the red flowers.
Ooh,
on
I
the
see
navy.
some bags.
I see some
Quilts.
wonderful quilts. We haven't touched this one yet. And then into her greens.
And they're just really rich, warm, beautiful greens.
More country
I'm
green.
trying to think of what that little wildflower, you know that little wildflower that gets the little wood knot on it?
It's like a
that
cone, yeah.
I can't remember. It's
I
not really a
didn't see that.
flower. I think it's usually the seed pod that comes
That
after the
looks
flower.
like the seed pod, yeah. And then, of course, some blacks. She always throws in some blacks, which really round out this collection. And then she's got the black, the main print too. How many is this?
Well, good thing you asked, because I didn't look at this today. I always look.
I know.
I don't know.
It's a lot.
It's a
Right,
lot.
is it on the tag?
Nope, it's not this time.
Well, I'm not going to count them, but it's a lot. 40. We have them all. That is a big group. We have them all in the bolts. And
And then, of course, we have your favorite pre-cuts.
we're going to put it back up here, Carl.
We have your jelly roll.
Your pack of gum, which this is you just want to
You
pick
just
up
got to have that.
this
right?
little, just it's something of every, it's 42 squares, so something is in here 2 times. But these are fun to get, you know, if you like, oh, I like this, but, you know, if you just want a taste of each one. And then, of course, we've got the charm packs too, which there are tons of things. you
And
can
the
do that.
layer cake. And if you actually ever aspire to making one of those postage stamp quilts, you could get a Kansas Trouble mini charm every year, and they'd all go together.
Well,
but
she
they'd all
has
be
about
different.
2 or 3 collections every year, so
I know.
yeah.
That would be kind of fantastic. But these are just wonderful,
That
warm
sounds like
fabrics.
a really good idea. Okay. Then what we got coming up next is all-time favorites.
All right. I love this publication and I look forward to it every year. The All-Time Favorites is a collection of designers. There are 14 designers that collaborated to put this book together. And when they do these books, they feature different designers, but also proceeds of the book go to an organization. And in this case, they're going to an organization that helps promote a healthy mental well-being in youth, so to help prevent or remove the stigma from mental illness. So I think that's a fabulous cause. But Marshall, all our favorites are in here. I mean, look at here. We got Lisa Bonjean in here. We got Robin Pickens. You know, our favorite designers are in this book, and it's great to have a taste of many different designers because
I need that though.
I love that there's a taste of different designers because you can test and try a little of everybody's style, because you know what? I might like one designer, but my sister-in-law might like a different designer.
Really good color directions for everything.
Right. And so I always think it's like the little taste of designers book, and I look forward to the All Stars Moda book. And of course, I love me a log cabin, but that one's got a twist.
I know. They're all really pretty, and you know, because they're Moda designers.
And look at those colors. Really that would be a great color, great choice for those beautiful Kansas trebles that we're featuring today. But and the geese. Oh, and look at that one. That looks
like you.
It does look like me.
Let me see the quilt. Well, they didn't have a lifestyle quilt.
That's the ejection.
Yep.
Could have guessed that, right?
Civil War-ish. Yep.
Yeah, good old Betsy. I love her stuff.
Okay, my fingers don't work so good.
That's all right. We can go up, but you want to be sure. You want to be sure that you check out the.
That's pretty too.
Right, that the All Star Modus book, because again, having 14 designers featured in here is really a plus. $27.99 is the book. That's only $2 a pattern. You know, if you've been checking it out, patterns these days are $9 or $10 each. Or more. So huge value in this one beautiful collection.
Okay, now behind us we have a beautiful, beautiful quilt. And it is called Ode to Mary Ellen. And this is a...
Oh, let me get it. This is This is a pattern by Kay England. And we're in fall now. Spring.
March. It was last March.
We also did an ode to two quilts. So we featured two different colorways of quilts. But this quilt, I don't think we featured this one, but I picked it because...
It was the Tale of Two Quilts. It's beautiful.
Because of the rich colors. And it's just beautiful in these rich burgundies and blacks. And
something a little different with the diagonal rows. Really fun. Now, Susie made this, and she made all the blocks first, and then she put them together, and it is really a nice quilt.
And the quilt is 64 by 77, and here's the thing. Here's the original one that Kay England designed and created, which is stunning. Here is ours on the back, so you can kind of see what we had in our mind with the fabrics. The kit does include the binding for this, and, you know, if you don't want to quilt it yourself, we have long arm services here at Pine Needles.
And I think these fabrics were called Strawberry, and it's a Civil War line by Marcus.
That's right.
And that's what you'll get in there, is these exact fabrics in the kit. Beautiful, beautiful kit. Love this one. I think Susie, I don't know, is this one she's going to keep? We never really know. I didn't really need to take that down yet, did I?
The big reveal. Well, actually, this is one of our featured quilts, so we maybe are almost ready for it. I don't know.
Well, at first I was going to have you talk about the quilt labels.
Yes. Okay. So you should label your quilts with something. You should. Now, these don't necessarily put your name on it, but one of them says Stitch with Love. We have a variety of labels in our store. I think they're on our online shop. Speaking of which, if you like anything today, our website is www.pnqs.net. We're linking things in the comments, but also we've gathered everything on a shopping page on our website. Under Wednesday Live, if you look for our two faces, you'll find everything that we're talking about today there. I think
Carly's got it up on the screen now for everybody.
I think only these two labels are featured in our shopping. We do have other ones in the shop, but this says Stitch with Love, easy to stitch on the back. And then we have, this one says Made for You. And they have this beautiful little gold sparkles. So you could put them on anything. It doesn't have to be in a quilt.
On a pillowcase.
You could put them on a pillowcase. You could put them on a bag. whatever you want. But
There's
they're fun little
several in
labels.
there
Yes,
in each package.
there are. So they're woven labels.
Well, and then another thing I'm going to have you show before we talk about this quilt is those magic pins that you like so much.
Okay. I don't know about you, Marcia, but there's gremlins. They live between the design wall and my sewing machine, and sometimes the rows and columns don't all line up. Sometimes it really doesn't matter. But this has increased my...
Accuracy.
There, thank you. That's the word I'm looking for. Dramatically, because these are lettered and numbered pins. So first of all, when you're cutting out, a lot of designers will say cut 20 piece A's or so many B's. So there are letters. You could label those with the pins, or more likely I use them when I lay them out on my design wall and I mark each row with their letter or their number, so that when I go from the design wall to my sewing machine, they stay in order and I don't end up with something I've got to take out. So these are great. There's multiples of the letters and the pins. They have big flat heads, easy to see and pull out. And as always, a fantastic product by Magic Pins.
They are. I find when I'm laying out rows, I've got so much stuff on my walls in my sewing room, I don't have a design wall because I just got so much stuff. And so I lay it out on my big table. And I find that there are times I lay it out in rows and I sew the rows together usually. And then to get the rows, that's where I need them. Is
And
because
you
sometimes
think you can remember,
Yep.
but we can't.
Yeah, no. Sometimes I'll sew the bottom to the top.
If you need
Things like that.
a beautiful gift for yourself, actually, I would say it's a tool. It's an essential.
Right.
They're here.
And they're all in that
they-
nice box to keep
Yep.
them all straight so you don't lose them with the rest of your pens, which is great.
Exactly.
So this quilt behind us is called One.
Well, I got one more thing.
Oh,
Because in
I didn't
talking
have
about
that,
the
no.
labeling,
yeah.
I'm telling you, Seamrippers do wear out, and we
They
have...
get dull.
They do get dull. This one's made by the Gypsy Quilter. I love it. It has a very fine tip on it. It is easy to hold in my hand. It comes in 3 colors, and although the end doesn't fit on the end, it's easy to hold, pick, rip. But the end of this is brilliant because there's always those little hairs, and this is rubberized, so you just have to rub it over your fabric to get those extra little fluffs off of your
Threads,
piece.
the
Right.
stitched out threads.
And this end is also rubbery, so if you've lost the top, you
You can use the bottom.
you can use the bottom. And ask me how I know. But anyway, everybody deserves a new seam ripper. They do not last forever.
Speaking of Seamrippers and sewing areas, sewing rooms, sewing studios that people have.
Right.
So this is a question for everybody out there. You don't really have to answer it here, but are you totally amazed when you clean your sewing room how many seam rippers you might find or other items that you thought were lost? Of course, I have the store here, so it's easy for me to bring things home because I can't find it. You know what I mean?
Do I need to tattle on you for how many seam rippers you found when you cleaned your studio at the cabin?
You can.
It was more than she really wants to admit to. It was more than a dozen, I'm pretty sure, that was in that container.
I know.
It was a lot. And
Once I cleaned it.
And here's the really funny thing is she didn't have the little schlumper where you can cut the chains in between. So she still has the seam ripper inside of a candle so she can cut the chain pieces from in between.
Put it in. Yeah, because I didn't have the chain cutter. This was one of the first times I sewed up at the cabin. I was like, I didn't have all my tools. Obviously, over the years, I have gathered up more
A
tools
couple.
than I need. And but at home, too. So many things or lost patterns or things that I thought I had, then they show up.
I'm pretty sure I own at least 7 by Annie styluses, but I only know where 2 are. But
Well, that's pretty good because you have one
I
to
have
use.
one in my hand, and I just spotted a second one yesterday.
I know, but that's so true of the sewing room. Or how about the time when I pulled out my sewing desk to vacuum under it or behind it, and I found a whole row to a quilt that had fallen back there, but the quilt was all quilted and bound without the last row.
Been there, done that. Been there, done that.
So we've done it all.
We have done
We
it
have
all.
done it all. And there's-
anyway, treat yourself to
Yes.
a new seam ripper this holiday season because I know Christmas gift sewing will happen, and you want to have a nice fresh seam ripper. Okay, now we can talk about the quilt
Or
behind
7.
us. Or 7. You know, no judgment.
All right, so this is called Once Upon a Christmas Fun Quilt.
And it's in these fun retro pink and green colors. Is it the 50s era? I'm guessing.
I don't know.
Anyway, it doesn't really matter. They're this year's
That
color
bubblegum
theme.
pink was real popular for a while.
It was. And the kit has what you need for the front and the binding. And it has the classic lemon pepper pattern, which is a good make again pattern for quilts. It's a fast sew and fun, fresh colors, and you really could go to town.
I think it's fat quarter quilt, isn't it?
I don't know. They're not folded in fat quarters. But the kit quilt is 70 by 70, and I'm going to...
I think you should look, because even if they wanted the fat quarters of this, make that quilt for something else, make the pattern for something else,
You could.
would work.
Yes, it's fat quarters. So crib is 9, throw is 18, extra large throw is 25. We did the extra large throw, which is 70 by 70. And so there are 25 fat quarters packaged in this, of this fun fabric. And as Marcia pointed out, you could make a totally different pattern if you'd like with those fat quarters.
Do anything they want with those fat quarters.
Right.
And use that pattern for something else later on. And we could help you find the fat quarters for those. Or it would be pretty in these Guns Troubles ones, too.
Right. And I think this line is getting kind of low. So
think
if
so.
this is something you've been thinking about, I wouldn't wait.
Okay. Oh, the tiling scenes. We're kind of into those lately.
We are. Okay, so every year OESD comes with a Christmas tiling scene. This was not this year's tiling scene. Donna Gelsinger designed it. But when it came out, we didn't get it finished till well after Christmas. So we never actually featured it because we were busy.
Do you know how that goes? Some of your Christmas
Right.
products?
So, but this is so
But you
pretty.
can see how they're embroidered in tiles. So, and then sewn together. Isn't that gorgeous? So this one's not quite as big as the one that we featured last time, but Enchanted Santa. So this is really a fun one to do. And for those of you that have multi-needle machines, it goes lickety-split. But it goes pretty fast on any other machine too. And because the tiles are a little bit smaller, a 570 can do this, correct?
It could, yes.
Yep, absolutely. Or a 535, right?
Yep.
Any of those embroidery machines.
Needs
And
a
I think
5x7 hoop.
And I think we have, I don't think we have them listed on there, but we have the CD, and we also have, do we have thread kits left for this?
We
or no?
do have thread kits.
And then all the threads you need we have as
and
well.
stabilizers.
Yeah, and stabilizers. So you can, you know, just order this if you want, come into the shop, or come into the shop and get everything you need to make that. And like we said, if you start now and don't get it done for Christmas, there's always next year.
There is always next year.
Absolutely.
So
Well,
I
I
love him. He's a happy
think
Santa.
It is really pretty. Very pretty. I think we're time for the trivia question.
Okay, so remember, the first one to get the answer to the computer here at the shop will be the winner of the trivia question. I wrote it on the bottom because it was the only
Okay.
thing on the next page.
All right. So, trivia question. What do you call a continuous, repetitive pattern that is commonly used on long arm machine quilting? What do you call a continuous, repetitive pattern that is commonly used on a long arm quilting machine? So, we can talk about the auction quilt.
Also,
Did I miss something?
I missed
We'll
something.
do that too.
But I don't know what it is.
Oh, it was a
Our cart got emptied by accident.
patriotic one, I think. I
Okay.
don't know. I'm not sure.
All right, the auction quilt.
Ta-da!
Oh my gosh, I love this when we made it.
You
Whoever
would
gets
need
this-
this. This is gorgeous.
And it has ombre fabrics that make up the trees. The back is just fantastic in this fuchsia color.
Anyways, this has a little bit of sparkle to it. Some glitter fabrics. These are the ombres.
Don't ask me
What is the girl? Vanessa Christensen, I think, from Moda, that has these. So it's made out of the ombres. This is fun. This is a happy Christmas quilt. It will go any place. So again, this tomorrow morning will be on right here on the Facebook page, and then you have until Saturday at 1 o'clock to bid on it. So you just bid right in the comments. It's pretty easy to do. And lately I've kind of been forgetting to look at look at who the winner is. I've been busy on Saturdays, and so the last bidder at 1 o'clock is the one to win it. Sometimes I don't get to it until yesterday afternoon. Was
But
when
you
yes,
got to it, right?
absolutely.
All right, we have a winner of our trivia, Marcia.
Yay!
The answer, well, actually, our winner is Ann Klein. Thank you very much, everybody who participated. And the answer is pantograph. A continuous quilting design on a long arm is called a pantograph.
So congratulations, Anne. We have one other thing, except it got
It got uncardified, but we have
a charm pack.
a
And I'm not
charm
exactly
pack.
sure which one it is, but
If you have watched all the way to the end and you put in the commentary, what's our magic word this week, Marcia?
turkey.
Turkey.
The comment word is turkey. And again, either come into the shop and pick this up or be prepared to pay for the shipping to ship it to you. We only charge exactly what it costs us. But if you don't want to do either one of those two things, then don't.
Just participate in the like, comment, and share. That's easy.
Right, exactly. So the word is turkey. So you'll want to put that in the comment area. And then, like I said, on Friday evening, we go through all of these and we choose a winner,
Right?
a random winner. So it might be you.
It might be. I think that's it, Marcia. We can button it
I
up.
think we are done for today. So once again, thank you so much for kicking off the second half of your week here with Joy and I at Pine Needles Quilt and Sew in Rochester, Minnesota. We so enjoy having this midweek little visit with you. And until next time, we will keep you in stitches. Thanks so much, everybody. Bye-bye.